What is sustainability?
What about sustainability?
Sustainability.
That's a big question.
Oh, that's a $1 million question.
I imagine people spend their whole lives trying to figure out this word, so...
Yeah. What we've really tried to do with the Cascadia Sustainability Field School is provide students with this opportunity to grapple with this remarkably popular but elusive concept, sustainability, and see how it had come to be understood in our region. We started off in Victoria, worked our way down through the cities of Vancouver and Seattle and Portland, the Oregon coast, back through Eugene, and ended up in San Francisco. And along the way we met with community leaders and academics and First Nations and business people, planners, and learned about their efforts in the region. I guess really learned from their stories, some born of frustration, some born of hope, and learned about the opportunities and the challenges of sustainable community development in this region. I think part of the value of the students is they were encouraged to be questioning more and more piercing questions, who, what, where, when, why questions of sustainability, and really grappling with the paradoxes and contradictions and tensions.
I came into this field school really kind of thinking sustainability means electric cars, wind power, solar.
Sustainability to me is overused, and I don't really know what it means anymore. I came into this course thinking it meant green buildings and solar panels.
Over the course of this field school, I realized that there's like this whole social dimension.
I always thought of sustainability as being pretty firmly rooted in the environment, and I always thought of social issues as being something separate, and they're both things that I care about a lot, but I never really sort of put the two of them together so much. Like, I thought of affordable housing as one box over here and green housing as another box over here.
I think one of the main things I took away from this course is the kind of slippery and sticky qualities of sustainability. Sticky in the sense that it's got such incredible success and it's such a buzzword and it's being picked up all over the world. And slippery in the sense that it's next to impossible to define. And that's sort of that second characteristic, that slipperiness, really fascinated me.
Yeah, no, I guess one thing that's been really interesting is how we've been traveling with 30 people who are all engaged with this idea of sustainability. We've all sort of bonded over this fact that we're all connected on this idea of sustainability, and we have similar interests and values, but seeing how that one thing has so many perspectives, even just within our group, it's, kind of just highlights that entire multi-perspectivism of the issue. Like, we went today and, what was your big picture take-home message? And I don't think anyone said the same thing. Every single person said something different. I was the very last person to say something, and I didn't feel like I was repeating what people were saying. People were talking about transportation, people were talking about community, about relationships, about food, about, what is local, and all of these different pieces are coming together just within our group. We've created a community, and through that community we're all gaining knowledge and sort of educating each other and learning from each other, and we've all sort of been inspired to make change just within our own little community, and we all want to go home and start little projects.
Over the course of the field school, a lot of the really inspiring success stories for me were really stories of community action and sort of on the ground community members doing things. Rather than, and this is sort of what I expected to come out of the field school with, was stories of amazing policies or amazing plans, right? These top-down things that had really been major successes.
I think that before I came on this trip, I wouldn't have thought that telling a story would really make an impact, but they all really resonated with me. The stories that Darwin Fisher told us at Insight at the Safe Injection site about what it is to really be homeless.
I didn't really know what to expect going into Insight. I knew what it was, but I kind of had this attitude going down to the east side that all the people there it was sort of their fault that they were down there, and as Darwin started to talk to us, he was really inspirational. I remember thinking things like, well, what else does he have to tell me that's going to change my mind about this? And
you really have to think outside the box to bring these ideas to fruition. A lot of major themes I've kind of noticed is community involvement and how important that is in building relationships with people, and how important it is to maybe start small. It's essential to empower people because people do feel powerless. They don't think they can change anything.
Is Victoria or any of the cities we've looked at sustainable?
I think so. I think they'll have their own respective areas of whatever we want to call sustainability. I mean, they are, for the most part, just places to live. The rule of law is there. People generally have food on their plates. It's not a dark place. But that's for the majority. There is always that minority that, you know, the world is a very bleak and unjust place to them.
No, I don't think we have seen sustainable cities.
Really nothing we saw was sustainable, because like here we are like trying to find examples of stuff, and you know, you get to see little snapshots of it in certain small sort of contained examples, like a garden or like a car, or an electric car or stuff like that. But in the whole full scale of things, all these cities were still just like wasteful, energy-sucking cities.
No, I don't think we've seen any sustainable cities because they haven't made space for urban agriculture. They haven't made space for affordable housing. They haven't made space for intergenerational living. They haven't made space for public gathering and sort of public political processes, which I think are important.
What is sustainability? That's a great question.
It's like such a holistic thing.
It comes down to a lot of enabling the community. Stories are really powerful tools to catalyze and mobilize communities toward those ends.
It's really come down to me that sustainability is simplicity, and simplicity is not simple. Simplicity is hard work, and it's grinding, and it takes a lot of effort.
Sustainability is really a practice. It's a verb. It's a way of being. You'll never achieve sustainability, but it's that intention, that desire to live in a way that is less ecologically impactful and more socially equitable.
I've been like challenged just thinking about how other people think about sustainability that differs from my idea of sustainability just within our own group. So I think that's been really interesting. So a really cool part of the field school, and one that I didn't really think about going into it, about how you would learn from each other.
I still don't know a lot about it, but I have a better idea today. And I should, you know, take that knowledge and use it as an opportunity to make some positive change in this world of ours. But don't talk about it, as I'm talking about right now. Just go do it.
We are watchers as best we can. We are wet clay in our own hands. We're exhausted, but we take that chance. We are wet